Okay. Hello. Hello everyone, welcome to day 2 of our today webinar. Today, Okay. Hello everyone, welcome to day 2 of our today webinar. Today, Mrs. Taiwo will lead us through like a practical section on using Zotero for reference management. Please share the invite link to our fellow researchers so that they can join and benefit from this wonderful webinar. Thank you. Mrs. Taiwo, are you here, please?
Okay, good evening.
Hello.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
Thank you for the introduction.
Welcome.
Okay, thank you very much. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to day 2. Thank you to everyone that joined yesterday. I hope it was value for your time. And like Favor said, feel free to share the link to anyone that you feel will benefit from today's session. So today's session is like more hands-on. I don't even have a slide. So we'll be going through it step by step. So just to give a bit of recap, yesterday we looked at reference management tools, the common ones that are available. Okay, we started by defining reference management tools and their importance in research. We looked at common reference management tools. And okay, someone is saying she cannot hear me. If you can hear me, please, as usual, drop your favorite emoji.
I can't hear you. I think the volume is quite low.
Okay. Does that apply to... Okay, someone is saying, I can hear clearly. I can hear you. Okay, maybe you should confirm from your end, the internet connection from your end. Others are responding that they can hear me clearly. Okay, as I was saying, yesterday we looked at reference management tools. We gave a definition. We spoke about their importance, and we looked at 3 common reference management tools.
I can hear you now.
Mendeley and Zotero. And we compared features, and we also saw the interface for the 3. So yesterday, we're also able to see how we can download and install Zotero. And we had a very quick tour on the interface, the Zotero interface. So I'd like to ask at this moment, if you have downloaded and installed Zotero on your laptop, kindly type 1. So I know that great. Thank you so much. You guys are the best. Then if you are using your system currently, yesterday I said it would be nice for everyone to log in with their system so you can follow through. If you are using your system currently, type 2. Nice. Great. Thank you so much. So I think it's going to make everything easy. So today we're going to be looking at how we can add references to the Zotero library. We saw what the Zotero library looks like yesterday, and we'll also be looking at how we can insert citation and generate bibliography using Microsoft Word documents. Remember yesterday we said we could use Zotero with Microsoft Word or with Google Docs. But for the purpose of today's session, we'll be using it with Microsoft Word. I want to believe everyone has Microsoft Word on their system. So for starters, kindly open your Zotero desktop software. Let me try and get mine so that everyone can see it. So if you are using Zotero for the first time, remember I said yesterday that the Zotero interface will be blank. Like you won't have any document attached to it. But if you've been using Zotero, it's possible you have some documents that you downloaded before on it. So I think because I've been using Zotero, okay, someone said I use WPS. I don't know if it works with WPS. I've not tried it before. I'm currently using MS Word, so I've not tried with WPS. I don't know if it can work with it. Okay. Yes, the recording will be available. I think the recording will be available on the NDDI YouTube page, so you can always watch yesterday's session. Okay, moving forward. So let me share my Zotero interface so everyone can see it. Okay, this is what, can you all see my screen? If you can, kindly type 5. Nice, thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, so because you remember I said if you've not downloaded anything, you won't have any documents. So because I've downloaded series of documents before, that is why this middle section, the section where you can find title and creator, that's why you can find lots and lots of things inside. So remember yesterday we talked about collection, we talked about my library. That's where you find all the documents you've ever added to your Zotero library. So, and we also said that to organize your document, you could create folders to make it easy for you to locate documents that are relevant to what you're working on. So for example, you're working in a particular manuscript, you can create a folder for that manuscript. For example, you're working on your BSc or MSc thesis, you can create a folder for that. You can just title it MSc thesis. So for the purpose of today's webinar, I'm going to create a folder. To do that, go to the top left corner. Under File, you see a yellow folder that has a green plus icon. If you toggle on it, you see New Collections. So you click on it, and I will call it NDDI webinar. So you can call it anything you want. So I called my NDDI webinar, and if I click OK, you will see it under, so for you that are using for the first time, you see it under my library, you see created. So mine is here on the left corner under my library. If you can see that, let me have a 1 in the chat box. So if you've created the, yeah, great. If you've created the folder, nice. If you've not, type 0. Okay, so I think everybody, no, I don't have a 0, so I want to believe everybody has created a folder. So to create a folder in Zotero, there are several ways you can go about it. So this folder is where we want to put all the documents to be creating for the purpose of this webinar. So to do that, you could either do it manually. I think I'll talk about maybe 4 ways, if not more. So you could do it manually by going to the middle section, top, the top area that has this green plus icon, you can click on it. So this is where you can add a book, a document, a journal, a newspaper, and if you want to add other things, you can find it here. So let's assume you want to add a journal article. Remember I said this is the manual entry option, you can call it that. So you click on journal article, and you can see that on the last section on the right, you could see under information, it brought out a lot of things. You can see title, author, abstract, publication, volume, basically the metadata you need for any journal article that you'll be using. But if it's a book, it's going to bring out something else. So you can see that there's a slight change. But for the purpose of this class, we said we're going to use a journal article. For it. Oh, sorry. Yeah, it's here. So you could, if you have it, you could type in the title, the publication, blah, blah, blah. You could do the manual entry. For example, you have the hard copy of the journal article you are using. So you could fill in the title. Once you click on it, you put maybe diet quality, You could put the author's name there. So for the author, you could see last and first. Sorry, I made a mistake. Okay, so you can see last and first under author. So you could just, once you click on it, so for example, the last name is the surname. So let's say Taiwo, Anu. If it's one author, you can stop here and just type enter. And if there are multiple, okay, sorry, Taiwo here. This is just for the last name. And after the comma, you can put the first name here. So because I have other journal articles, so it was bringing suggestion, but I just want Anu, so I just stop here. So if you have multiple authors, you just click on plus and you add, and you fill in the other details. So this is like the manual entry option, which I don't think anybody here wants to go through. So the next way you can add a reference to Zotero, we'll still go back to that plus sign. For example, you've downloaded you have some articles that have already been downloaded before on your PC. Maybe you searched before and or you could click plus and go to link to file. So if you click on it, it will take you to your or document you want to attach. So that here that has some, and let me just click on a PDF file that I want to add. Okay, my internet is unstable now. Can you all hear me? If you can, please type 1. Okay, thank you. Okay, so as I was saying, just click on the desired article you want to add and click open. So it brings out the link. So you come here. Zotero is not responding. So you could click on it and go to retrieve metadata. Okay, I think it has done that automatically. So, but if it has not done that before, you could click on it and go to retrieve metadata for PDF, and voila, it brings it out for you. So you can see that it has more like created a parent icon and the link I put there before. So this is the metadata about this article. The PDF is available. That is why it's here. It was a PDF I brought from my local computer storage. So if you actually want to read the PDF, just double click on it. And remember I said you can read PDFs, annotate on it, so you can read it and you'll be fine. So let's close this and go back to it. So if you want information about, you can see the author's name is well populated. The author's name even gave us the abstract. Some might not even give you the abstract. The publication, like the journal, the volume, the page, the year it was published, the journal abbreviation, which is nice, depending on the referencing style you are using, So that's how you can do that. If we've gotten that, can we type 5? So we've talked about 2 ways now. Type 5 if you are following. Okay, someone's mic is on. Please, okay, thank you, Favor. Okay, nice. So we've looked at 2 ways now. So another way you can actually add a journal article that you've already downloaded on your system. This one is even easy. So let me show you. You can actually drag the PDF to this Zotero interface. So let me show you how that works in a bit. Let me stop sharing so I can do that. Just give me a second. So you locate the folder where you have the PDF that you want to include to your library. That's if you've already downloaded it before. Sorry, I'm just trying to, so that you guys can see how it works. Okay. So, so I'm sharing my screen. On the left-hand side, you see my Zotero interface. I made it smaller. On the right-hand side, you see the folder that contains the document I want to add. Please, if you can see it, kindly type 6 in the chat box. Okay, so on your system, just open the folder where you have the article you want to drag to Zotero and open your Zotero. You can minimize both so that you can have it side by side like this. And if you can't do that, just click on minimize and try to shrink both so that you can have it side by side like this. So if you've been able to do that, you just drag and drop, and voila, you have it. So for example, I want to send all 3. I can just highlight the 3 articles I want to send and drag them. And all of it will be here. And it will also generate the metadata associated with them. If we were able to do that, can you type 8? Okay, I'm not seeing any 8. Who has been able to do it? Okay, 1 person. Okay. 2, 3 people. Okay, 4. So for you to be able to do it, you just need to put the minimize your Zotero interface, minimize the folder that contains the article you want to include so that they are side by side, and you just drag. It makes it easy. That's for articles you've already downloaded. Maybe you've been downloading articles on your system before, you've created a folder and all, and you want to move it to Zotero. This works well for that purpose. So that being said, we'll move. So I think we've talked about 3 ways now. So that being said, we'll move to the next method. So the subsequent method I'll be talking about is, you are working online and you want to add the reference material to Zotero library while you're working online. So for these ones, you need internet, you're searching online, and you want to include them almost immediately. So let me stop sharing my screen, and I will try to open my web browser, and so you go to the particular search engine. I'm coming. Please, can you see my screen? If you can, type 0. Okay, so you can open go to your web browser, if it's Chrome, if it's anything, so you follow. So let's say you are working on your BSc project, or you are working on an assignment. So I'm going to title it maybe Diet Quality of Women in, let's say, Africa. So you could go through Google, or you could go through Google Scholar. So let's assume we go through Google Scholar, because that's where you find most scholarly articles, which is advisable when you're working on your project. So let's go to Google Scholar. And let's type, what did I say now? Diet quality of women in Africa. So I type that, and I'm just starting off my work, and I typed this on Google Scholar, and it's bringing a lot of resources for me. So one way I can add the document to Zotero, I could decide that I would open the document. Maybe I've read the abstract and it looks interesting, and it looks like I'm going to get the information I need. After scanning through the abstract, I'll try to locate the DOI number. So remember yesterday I said you could add references using the identifier number. So DOI is for journal article. That's the identifier for journal article. While ISBN is the identifier for you find for books, like a number. So usually you find the DOI number having something like this, doi.org/10, blah, 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 blah. So if you've gotten to this space where I am, kindly type 6. Okay, thank you very much. So what we're going to do is we're going to copy the DOI. You copy the link so that it's easier and you don't make mistake. So just right click on that number and click on copy link address. Then we're going to go back to our Zotero. I'll show you, just copy. I'll show you how we're going to paste it. We're going to paste it in the icon that has DOI number. So let me stop sharing and share my Zotero library. So, okay, before I share, I want us to note the title of the article. So the title, so that we'll know that we've added it. The title of this article is Dietary Quality and Associated Factors Among Women of Reproductive Age in 6 Sub-Saharan African Countries. Amian Jama Baba et al., something like that. So it has 6 Sub-Saharan African countries. So that's how I know if it's added or not. So let me open my Zotero library. When I get there, I would, next to that green icon that has a plus sign, you will see another, like a wand and a plus sign, a stick with a shiny end, and it also has a plus sign. It's the next one to that. So if you click on it, you will see enter ISBN, DOIs, and all those numbers. They are all identifiers. So for us, remember we copied the DOI. So you do Control V. So Control V means paste. So that means we're pasting the number. So all we have to do is locate where the number starts from, and we will delete the others. So put the cursor where the number starts and backspace. So we have only the numbers left. Then you click enter. Okay, so I think we've added it. So this is the article, Dietary Quality and Associated Factors Among Women of Reproductive Age in 6 Sub-Saharan Countries. And we can see that the PDF is attached. The information is there, like all the information we need is on the right-hand side. So if you need the PDF, you want to read the PDF, all you have to do is click on the left on the left-hand side in this section, there's the arrow button. Click on it, and you can see the full text of the PDF here. Double-click on that, and voila, you have the PDF here. So you can read, make adjustments, make notes on the PDF. But let's go back. That is not what we are doing today. So this is the parent file that has the metadata, and under it, you can see the PDF attached. If you don't want to see the PDF attached, just click this arrow button and you're fine. So if you've been able to do this, if we don't remove the labels where the number starts, what will happen? I don't know. You can try it. You can try it and let's see what will happen. It's telling me error. Nice. Okay, someone has tried it and it said it's telling me error. So just copy the exact number to be on the safe side. Okay, someone said tried it, worked. Worked for you, like with the DOI and all the other things. I've actually not tried it, so I can't say. Okay, I'm going to repeat again. People are saying they do not understand how I got to the. I didn't get how you get to paste the number. Okay, I'm going to do it again. Let me read. Please, can I impute all the search pages generated by Google search without doing it? Yes, we're going to get there. We are going to get there. Okay, so you know what? We're going to take. I'm going to try and read the chat box so that I know everyone is following. But I'm going to retake this method again. But if you still have questions after this session on how to add references, just note them. We're going to try and address them within the possible time available. So I'm going to take this method again. So you're working online and you are trying to look for articles. You are on Google or Google. So for us, we went to Google Scholar. Let me share my Google Scholar page. Sorry. We went to Google Scholar. I'm coming. Okay, so we went to Google Scholar to try to look for articles related to this title. We chose a title, Diet Quality of Women in Africa, and we typed it on Google Scholar. You can type it on Google, so we're going to try it. And it will generate, why we went to Google Scholar, just for us to get more scholarly articles. So we typed this, and these were the results that we found. And we clicked on the first one. Okay, we wanted to see, if this article will give me the information I need. There are some articles that with the title, it will look interesting, but when you check the abstract, it might not be related to what you're interested in. So we opened it and we copied. Someone's mic is on. Favor, kindly help me check. Thank you. We copied, we opened it, we identified the title. That's dietary qualities and associated factors among women of reproductive age in 6 sub-Saharan African countries. That's the title. We've read the abstract and it looks interesting. So you could go to the DOI, try to locate the DOI number. It's either at the top here after the authors, decide the name of the journal and all. So we right-clicked, we copied the link address. So after doing that, we just copied the link address. Then we went back to Zotero. Someone's mic is still on. Favor, please, can you help me identify the person's mic that is on so we can?
Okay, please off your mic, mute your mic.
Okay, thank you very much. So this is the Zotero interface. We went here. So remember, we copied the DOI number. So I said, look for besides the plus, the green plus sign on the left, the next icon it has a smaller plus sign, but in addition to that, it has like a stick-like or rod-like icon with a shiny end. So click on it, and you see a text box that will appear, and you type Ctrl+V, that's paste. I think for Windows users, I don't know what works in Mac, so something like that. So you paste it, and I said we should identify where the number starts from, and backspace to delete all the HPP, DOI, and all of it, and click on enter. So if you do that, once the green bar disappears, you will see the title of that article that we saw on the web page in your Zotero library. And remember, the title is Dietary Quality and Associated Factors. This is it here. And if you check the right-hand corner, you can see that details about the author, the abstract, and all of it is being populated here. I also said it has PDF attached. If you want to read the PDF, all you have to do is click on this left icon here, and it will bring out the PDF. Double click on it. You can read the PDF and make notes. So I hope that helps. Ctrl+V, sorry, I can't get. So if you've been able to do this like by yourself, kindly type 9. Someone said, please, I didn't get it. Please type 9. Okay, so for the purpose of time, I won't be able to do it again, but you can always watch this webinar series on YouTube. You can actually go back to it, get your laptop and listen, and if you follow through, you'll be able to get it. So we don't overshoot our time. Thank you very much. So we'll move to the next method, which is interesting. I hope I'm not forgetting anything. So remember, we are still searching on, so let me go back to my Google Scholar page. Let's back. So remember, we searched, and you decided that, oh, you don't want to go through that method. So you can actually click on this first article that we found. Now we're going to use the web connector to help us add references. So we're still looking at this. Okay, let me use the second one since we already have the first one. So let's say we want to add the second one to our library. So, but it's only the second one you're interested in. So you can click on it. When you click on it, it takes you to the page you've read through and you find that it's interesting. So if you have the web connector installed, all you have to do is, remember we said we should pin the web connector on our web page so it will be easy for you. All you have to do is you look for this paper-like icon on your right. If you toggle on it, you see Save to Zotero. All you have to do is click on it, and it brings out this small box, and you press enter. And it automatically sends to Zotero. So let's check Zotero if it's there. So the title is Food Insecurity, Diet Quality, . So let me open Zotero so that we're sure that it's okay. Before I open Zotero, let me be sure I saved it in the right folder. So let's say you click on it. Okay, yes. So it shows the folder. If you've created folders, it shows multiple folders available. So it automatically shows the last folder you used on Zotero. So the last folder I opened was the NDDI webinar folder that I created. So it's saving automatically to this folder. But if I want to save it to another folder, all you have to do is click on this button here, and it will bring out the library section and all the folders you have available, and you can decide on where you want to put this particular If you want to put it on your library or you want to put it in specific folders, you can do that. So let's put it in the NDDI folder that we created and click done or enter. So that particular point is important when you have multiple folders in your library. But if you just have one folder, it will save to that folder in your library. So let's check Zotero, our Zotero library to see that it has been added. Okay, so I think it's here. Food insecurity, diet quality, body composition, da. So, and we can see the information is here. I think this looks simpler than going back and forth to the DOI number. And it also has the PDF attached. You can see the PDF here. Okay, I'm going to do it again. So I said you are searching online and you decided that, oh, you are seeing interesting articles and you want to just add them. You can add them directly as you're working online to your Zotero library. So how do you do that? Sorry, let me share my screen so that we can all follow. So I'm taking the last method I took, I'm taking it again. So for those that did not understand, just try to follow. Okay, so remember our search, what we're looking for is diet quality of women in Africa, and we're searching using the Google Scholar search engine. And when we typed it, these were all the articles it gave us. So, we've gone to article number, okay, let's say, let me choose a random one. Let's say this use of variety, diversity score for diet quality interests you. You click on it, and it takes you to the web page that has all details about it. You read the abstract and it's looking interesting to you. So all you have to do is go to the top right corner where you have your extension and try to look for a paper-like icon. So try to locate it. If you don't click on it, just move your mouse around it. It will show you save to Zotero. So you click on it, and it opens all the libraries you have, like it opens your Zotero library, including the folders you've created. So this is the last folder that we added to. So if you want to see the other folders, you click on more, and it brings out the other folders and your library. So this particular article notified us of something. It says the full text PDF is not available. That's why you can see this X icon. So if you want to continue with that, you can click done and add, but you will not have access to the PDF. So let's check the Zotero library to be sure that it is there. So he actually added it, but see, the PDF icon is not here because it notified us that the PDF is not available. But we can still get information about the metadata, information about the author, the title, and all. So if you see the abstract and you can get useful information from it, fine, you can make use of it. And if your institution has license on downloading the article, you can as well go and retrieve the PDF to help. So if you understand this last method, kindly type 9 in the chat box so that I know that we are following. If you've been able to add references using this method, type 9. Nice. Thank you very much. Okay, so now we're still going back to that web connector. So let me go back to Google Scholar. Okay. So, for example, you've put in the search words and it has generated this information for you. And maybe you are doing a literature review and you don't even have time to open the articles one by one. You could actually import all of the articles on this page. or you could select the ones you want to import. So that means you can add more than one article to your Zotero library at once. So all you have to do is, after typing so let's say I typed this and it gave me all of this information. All I have to do is the top right corner. Now you will not see a paper-like icon. You will see a folder, a yellow folder icon. And you can see, if you double on it, you see Save to Zotero. So when you click on it, it will tell you, it will bring out this small text box, and to ask you, it will tell you, select which items you would like to add to your library. So you could either select all or pick the ones, deselect the ones you don't want. But let's assume we want to select, like, we want to add all of the articles on this page. So, you know, for Google Scholar, there are several pages. So this particular box ticked all the articles on this page. So we're going to import all of it to our Zotero library. So you click on select all, or the ones you're interested in, and click on OK. So it takes you back to this small box again to confirm if you want to put it in the NDDI webinar that you've done the last time, or you want to put it in another folder. So you give it a little time here because it's importing multiple references. So, but once it's done, you know. So let's say I want to put it on, okay, let me even do this. So it's going to populate all of this, and let's say I want to still put it in the NDDI webinar folder. So I just click done. Let me count. I can't count. Let me count. Let me try and count how many articles here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. So let's go to our Zotero library to see if it has added all of it. Oh, sure. Just give me a minute. So let me share my Zotero library. So you see that I have more articles than I had before. I could see new ones that were not there before. So I think this first one was not there before. Developing simple measures of women's diet quality. So you can see that it has populated. We have more articles compared to what was there before. So that's how you can add multiple references. So you're just doing a literature search and you don't want to even scan through the documents first. You want to add as much as you can get. You could use that method. Please, if you've been able to do it, kindly type 7. I'll go through it again. Okay, so let me repeat it. So for the purposes we're adding multiple, let me create another folder. Let me call that new NDDI so that we can see the multiple articles that we added. So we're going to be adding it to this article. So let me go back to the Google Scholar page. So this was what we did. You went back to the search page that has all the documents we want to add. Then we clicked on the yellow folder icon on the top right corner. So it asks us, oh, do you want to select all these items to your library? And we selected all. There are 10 items in total. So we clicked OK. So because, new DDI was the last folder I opened, so that was why it's bringing it out first. So you will see that it's trying to retrieve information about the 10 references or articles that we've highlighted. So we'll just give you more time to do that, and you can just click enter. 9, 10. Okay, so sorry. So we have all 10 here. You can just click enter. And let's check Zotero again. Okay. So, we saved it we created a new folder so we can keep track of the multiple articles that we added. So this is a new folder containing the 10 articles. You can see 10 items in this view. So these are the new ones that we added. So some of them have PDF attached to it. Some of them PDF is not attached. So you can, if the PDF is not attached, you can right click. So for example, the second one does not have PDF attached automatically, but you can right click on it and click on find available PDF. So let's see if it will be able to. So it was unable to find available PDF. Okay, this is a book. That is the third one is a book. That's why we can see a book section. That's why you can see that the icon is different from the others. So that is how you can add multiple references to the Zotero library. Please, if you've been able to do that, kindly type what number? 5. Thank you very much. So I'd like to say at this point that when you add the references, just try and click on all of it to be sure that you have all the information available. So because it's a computer program software, sometimes it does not pick some information. Sometimes it might just have the title and maybe one author. And in that article, you have more than one author. So you could just do a quick scan through to be sure that all the information you have is available. And if anyone is missing, you can just go to the section that is affected and edit. So for example, there are sometimes that it picks title in upper cases. So for those kind of in that kind of situation, this situation, it's like in a sentence case, it's not in capital letters. That's what I mean. So if you have it in capital letters, all you have to do is just right click on it and type sentence and click on sentence case, and you have it in normal format. Then if anyone is missing, you can go to the right section and fill it, especially if you have the PDF handy. You can always do that manually so that you'll be sure that if you don't do that, what will happen is when you are inserting the citation or generating the bibliography, you will have incomplete reference. So, but you find that in rare occasions, maybe the document was not, the document, it didn't extract the information properly, or the document was not uploaded properly. So, but for all of this one, I think we have information for all the articles that we have. Okay, so I think I have one here that has, so this is an example. I think I kept it purposely to show us. So this article I downloaded online, it's saying it's a journal article. I downloaded it from a web page. So if you click on it, see the information, it said it's from a web page. The title is there, but the name of the author is not even there. Let's even say because it's a web page, name of the author is not there. So in that kind of situation, I can either try to find available PDF if there is, or okay, so I think it was able to find available PDFs. Nice. So in that case, if the PDF is available, let's see if I change it to a journal. I can double click on it to see if it's a journal article or not. So I didn't understand why it was not picked. It looks as if this was a scanned document. It's yet 2002. So maybe that is why we don't have. But let me see if I change it to journal article. Okay, it's still missing. So there are some PDFs like that, old PDFs, maybe it was scanned or something. So the information is here. All the information you need is here. The name of the publisher is here. The year is here. The volume is here. The names of the authors are also here. So this is a classic example of not having the full details. So you can always add it manually here, because we found that it's a journal article, but I think I downloaded it from a web page. So that's why it picked it as a web page first. So you can open it and see if you can generate, if the PDF is available. If the PDF is available and it still gives you missing information, you will have to fill it in manually. So it depends on how the document was uploaded online. So I hope that is clear. Then another thing I want to point out is there are some situations where you click on some maybe suggested article and it takes you to the PDF directly. It didn't take you to that web page where you see abstract and all. If you download it directly from that PDF page, you might not have the metadata available together with it. Let me try and see if I can give an example of what I'm talking about. So let me go back to the web page. Google. Let's use Google now and type the same thing we are looking for. Direct quality of women in Africa. I'm going to share my screen. So let's say direct quality of women in Africa. And okay, let me try and see a PDF. Okay. This third option is a PDF directly. So I open it and see it brings me directly to the PDF page. It didn't take me to the web page like this one. So for this one, I don't have the PDF page like directly. I have like it on a web page and all of those things. So if I have something like this and I click on, you go to the top right corner, you click on this. So let me put it under, okay, let's put it under sample 1. Let me go back to Zotero. So I go to Zotero. It's even telling me it had already tried to retrieve the metadata, but it couldn't. So I go to Zotero, and this was what I downloaded, intake measuring direct quality, if you can remember. And under information, this is what it's giving me. It's not giving me information about documents I added. So I tried to retrieve metadata for the PDF, and it's saying no matching references found. So it's always advisable that you don't go through that method. So for this kind of situation, you might have to enter it manually since you have the PDF and if you have all the details you need. Or if you can get it through another source, maybe. So that's why it is advisable go through Google Scholar and all those things to see how you can get the document and the metadata attached to it. All of this is just to make referencing and citation easy for you. But if you must use this document, then you can enter it manually. That's why the manual option is always there. So so far we've spoken about, I think, 4 or 5 methods. I'm sure you would have decided on the one you would use. You might not use all the methods, but at least you at least know how to add references using 1 or 2 methods. So if you think you understand at least 2 methods of adding references to the reference manager, kindly type 2 in the chat box. So like I said before, you can go to the YouTube page and go through this session again, try it again. They say practice make perfect. So you can always try it again and you get better. So thank you to everyone that responded. At least you say, how do you extract the references? Open it has a PDF now. Open it just like we did for the other one. And try to look for it. They even put recommended citation there for you. So this is basically all the information you need. But I don't think it's even a journal article. I think maybe it's it's a technical report. So just fill appropriately. So once you open the PDF, you find all the necessary information you need and you can fill it in appropriately. The YouTube channel, the YouTube page, NDDI Africa, if I'm correct. Favor, please, you can type in the YouTube page for those that are asking so they can always go back to it. Okay, so we'll move to the second part of today's presentation, which is how to insert citation and generate bibliography in Word, Microsoft Word. So I said you could use Google Docs or Microsoft Word with Zotero, but for today's presentation, we'll be using Microsoft Word. So to do that, first thing you need to do is to get the plugin, the Microsoft Word Processor plugin. So for you to do that, if you are using a Windows operating system, go to, I think it's Edit, go to Preferences. If you click on Preferences, it will take you to this page. Then you will see General, Sync, Search, Export, Sites, and Advanced. Under it, you see Styles and Word Processor. So these styles refer to the various reference styles that we have. So you would have heard of something like APA, Vancouver, Chicago Manual of Style, and all. So initially, it will give you this one, but if you want to get more styles, maybe your school has a particular style that is not here, you can click on Get Additional Styles, and it will take you to a whole lot. Like, I think it's more than 10,000. So you identify the style you are looking for here and click appropriately or add appropriately. So, sorry, I exited. Sorry, I exited my Zotero mistakenly. Let me go back to it. I'll share my screen very soon. So we're trying to add the word Microsoft Word plugin. So I said go to Edit, Preferences, I explained this style section refers to all the referencing styles available for you to use. Then you see word processors close to it. So click on it. And for Microsoft Word, you say the Microsoft Word add-in is currently installed. So for me, it's currently installed in my Microsoft Word. But if yours does not say this, just click on it, or you can click on reinstall. I don't want to do that, so. Sorry. So are we all here? If you've been able to do that, kindly, we will go to Microsoft Word to know if we've been able to add it or not. So if you've been able to get to this point, kindly type 6 in the chat box. Nobody's responding. Hello? Should I take it again? Okay, I think I'll take it again. I'm not getting enough responses. Okay. So I said we're moving to the next phase. So the phase we're moving to is, you're writing your thesis, you're writing your manuscript, and you want to include citation or generate bibliography. That's the reference section. You don't have to do it manually. Zotero is here to help you. That's the whole essence of adding all the references to the Zotero library. So, but before we can do that, we must ensure that sorry, let me close this. We must ensure that we have the add-in, the Microsoft Word add-in for the Zotero add-in on Microsoft, the Microsoft Word add-in, sorry. So you click to do that, click on edit, the edit icon, and go to preferences. Then, go to, click on site. You see styles and word processor. Click on word processor. You see Microsoft Word. So because I already have the Microsoft Word add-in installed on my PC, like it's telling me the Microsoft Word add-in. Okay, it said it's not currently installed because so I click on it. Okay, let me close the Microsoft Word document I have. So does that in the plugin? We'll see how we can know if it's there or not. So as everyone followed to this extent, if you are followed to this extent, kindly type 8 in the chat box. Thank you. Thank you very much. So now we're going to go to Microsoft Word. And we can see how we will add citation. So for the purpose of this, okay, let me open the blank Microsoft Word so that we'll see first. So you can open Microsoft Word on your system. If you have successfully installed the add-in on the section where you have files, home, insert, towards the end, you will see Zotero. Zotero will be there on that the toolbar section. So if you can find Zotero in your Microsoft Word, you can click on it. If you can find Zotero, type 9 in the chat box. Great. Thank you very much for your response. Okay, so for us to be able to understand this well, this section very well, I'm going to add, maybe type in something, maybe just for us to use. So let me just bring up a short, maybe a short piece of 200 words so that we can see how we can insert. So you read the articles, you start writing. Okay, you've read the articles, you have your outline, you have subsection, and you are already typing. So you are seeing important points from different sections of what you have read. So I have this short piece here. You remember we're talking about diet quality of women in Africa. That's why I titled it this. So I want to include, I typed the first maybe sentence or paragraph, and I want to include who said it or where I got the information from. I put my cursor here at the end of the sentence, put in space. I click on Zotero and I go to add or edit citation. I click on it. So because I'm using it, this is the first time I'm using it on this document, it will ask me, what referencing style do I want to use? So do I want to use APA? Do I want to use Vancouver or Chicago or whichever one? So let's say we want to use the APA 7th edition. So you click on it, ensure that fields, the field section is ticked and the automatically update section is ticked. But if you don't find the style you want to use here, you can go to manage styles and look for more styles. You can get additional styles, like I said the other time. So let's say we want to use the APA format. Let's just stick to that, make it simple. So you click on OK. It now brings out this small bar-like thing that has a Z for it. So you can search for, if you remember the name of the person or the title of the author that said, the name of the author, rather, the title of the article where you retrieve that sentence from, you can just type it. So let's say all I can remember is diet quality. Remember, we're working with diet quality or women. So let's just assume this is where I got that statement from. So I click on it and it brings out the author and the year. Let's say, and I type OK. It has inserted it here. So let's say I want to add. Okay, let's just leave this one here. We'll see how to add more than one references. So let's say I get to this other sentence and I want to add another reference. So I click on add or edit. And I want to add more than one reference, but I cannot even remember the name or the author. So beside the Z alphabet, you see like an arrow-like button. Click on it and click on classic view. So under classic view, it takes you to a section that looks like your Zotero. So you can locate the appropriate folder. So let's say we're using, we created 2 folders here, NDDI webinar or the new NDDI. So let's say we want to get the article from this folder. So, I say, yeah, I think I can remember the site. I think I got it from this one. So you can click on it and click OK if that's the only person that you want to add. But if you want to add more than one author, or more than one, multiple sources, So you can click on add, the classic view. You go to multiple sources, click on multiple sources. You click on the first person, let's say this person. And you, instead of clicking OK, I will click on the green icon. It moves it there. Let's say I also want to add this other person here. I click on the green icon, it moves it there. So you can add as many as you want, and you click on OK, and it adds all of it for you according to the APA style. If you've gotten it to this level, please type 8. If you've been able to either add one citation or more than one, please type 8. If not, I'm going to do it again. Nobody's responding. Okay, I think I'll take it again. Someone is saying, I'm not seeing the classic. Okay, I'm going to take it again. So let me move to this paragraph. Micronutrient deficiency, and I want to insert a citation. I go to the end of the sentence. I put my space. I go to add or edit citation. Once I click on it, for you to go to the classic view, you see Z in red color. Beside it, you see like an arrow button that is pointing down. Click on it. You see classic view. Click on it. Locate the reference, either by the title or the name. Locate the reference you want to add. So let's say I want to add Boggs et al. I click on it and I click OK. You see that Boggs et al. 2015 is added. But peradventure, I want to add more than one source of article to that statement. So I'll go to add or edit citation. I click on this arrow button here, classic view. Instead of, I go to multiple sources. It's here at the bottom left corner, multiple sources. I identify the first article I want to add. Instead of clicking OK.
Hi, Anu, your
Yeah.
screen is not showing.
Oh my,
Your rather the MS Word is what's showing. Your what you're doing is not showing.
Oh, I'm very sorry. Thank you very much for notifying me. Okay, let me share. Let me share that. Okay, can you see it now?
Yes, ma.
Okay, thank you very much. So I was saying, if you click on the classic view, this is what would show. It will show you like a mini Zotero interface. So I said, if you want to have, this is what will show. But if you want to add more than one source of you got that statement from more than one source, more than one reference, you go to the bottom left corner, look for multiple sources, click on it, then identify all the articles or references that you want to add. So you click on the first one. Instead of clicking on OK, you won't click on OK. You click on this green button here in the middle. So it moves that article to the right corner. And if you are not interested, you can even rearrange it. If you want it up, you can move it up. If you want it to move down, you can move it down. If you want to move it back, you can move it back. So this is the first one you are adding. You are adding the second one. Let's add a third. So once you are satisfied with the number of sources you want to add, you click OK. Sorry. Once you click OK, let me share my Word document. Once you click OK, you will see, so this was where we added it. So this was the reference we just added now. I highlighted the yellow so you can see it. We added 3 from 3 sources. 1, 2, 3. How did we get the classic view? Okay. I will take it again. I think everybody's asking this question. Let me locate so I'm working on my system, and I want to add a reference here. Can you see where my cursor is? If you can, please type 1. Okay, let me highlight it so it will be easy. I want to add a citation at the end of this. Thank you very much. So I put my cursor, I go to Zotero, I click on add or edit citation. So it will bring out a small Zotero box. I don't know if you can see it. Can you see the small box? If you can see it, please type 2. Okay, great. Okay. So in that small red box, you will see Z, color red, letter Z, color red. Beside it, you see a small arrow pointing down. Let me see if, sorry. So can you see it? Can everybody see it? The small red button, red box. If you can, please type 6. Great. So you see beside the Z that is colored red, you see a small arrow button pointing down. So click on it and click on classic view. So if you click on classic view, sorry, I have to reshare and reshare. If you click on classic view, you will have something like this on your screen. If you can see my screen, that looks like the Zotero library, but with additional themes, type 8 in the chat box. Okay, thank you very much. So I said you could add single or multiple. I've shown us how to add, if it's just one article you want to add, just click on it and click on OK. It will add just that. But if you want to add from more than one source, on the bottom left corner, you see multiple sources. Click on it. Once you click on it, you will see a third column show here, like a white box. So in that box, you are going to move all the references you want to add. You can either move them back or forward. So let's say I want to add this last one. Once I click on it, I click on the article I'm interested in. Between where the article are and the white box, you will see a green arrow pointing to the right. Click on that. It automatically moves that highlighted reference to the empty box. Look for the other articles you want to add. Let's say I want to add this one. I click on the green button and it moves to the box on the right. I click on, let's say, a third, and it also moves. Once I'm done and I'm satisfied with the number of sources I want to add, I can then click OK. So if you click OK, check your Word document, you will see that it has been added automatically. So I'm going to click OK now and go back to the Word document. So this is my Word document. The second the second highlighted sentence in yellow, you can see the 3 articles we added. Abasi et al. 2019, Baye and Yarega 2023b, Savi et al. 2005. If you've been able to do this, kindly type 7. Okay. If you've been unable to do it, type 0. Okay, I'm going to continue. I don't have 0 here. Okay, so let's assume we want to, so we'll finish typing. We can always add more references. Let's say you want to add, you've forgotten and you want to add more references. You can identify. So for example, to the Onyeji and Sanusi 2018, oh, I feel I want to add one more reference to that section. Just put your cursor where that reference is and click on add or edit citation. So you can either delete this citation if that's not what you want, if it's the wrong one, and add the correct one. Let's say I delete it and put, let's say I put this, sorry, let me share my screen. I think each time this pop-up thing comes up, it does not show. So I said if you want to edit the particular a particular reference, all you need to do is put your cursor where that reference is and click on Zotero, click on add or edit citation. So you can backspace that reference. What was here before was Onyeji. I just backspace and I want to add a new one. So I'm adding this Kyo et al. 2019. If I click OK, the Onyeji Sanusi automatically changes. Let me go back to my Word document. So this was what I changed. Let me highlight it so we see. The Onyeji was here. The highlighted green space. So it has changed to this. So you can always edit your citation. If you made a mistake, you can correct it. You can even, if you made a mistake with the name of the author, you can go back to Zotero. Under where you find the metadata, you can type in the correct name. And once you've done that, when you come back to your Word document, you just refresh and it automatically updates here. So that makes life easy. So let's say we finish typing and we want to generate our bibliography. You know, before, if it's manually, you type in Chloe et al. 2021, type in Well et al. 2020. Then after your write-up, you have a reference section and you're typing in one by one all the full references. That's the bibliography section or the reference section. So let's say we finish typing, we finish putting all our citations for this work and want to generate our bibliography or what you call the reference section. So you can just locate where you want to put that and maybe type references. Once you type references, you go to Zotero and you go to add or edit bibliography. So when you click on that, it automatically generates references according to the style in less than 5 seconds. So these are all the references we have in the document above. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have 7 citations, and in the reference section, it generated for all of it. So if you've been able to do that, please type 8. So you see that life is easy. You don't have to crack your brain on putting all the references at the end. You can concentrate or channel your energy to the science of your work. So that's the beauty of using a reference manager. I think the same thing applies to Mendeley and EndNote. So another beautiful thing I would want to talk about before we end this class is peradventure you finish writing, you send your journal article to a journal, and maybe they said, oh, the citation style is not correct and you have to change it. Very easy. So all you have to do is go to document preference. So we're using APA. So I go to document preference. Let's say I want to change it to Vancouver superscript or something, the one that has the numeric references. So once I go to document preferences, it takes me to this page. I don't know if you can see it, citation styles. Can you all see it? If you can see it, please type 1. If you can see the okay, you cannot. Okay, let me see if I have to share again. So, but click on document preferences and it takes you to, you see this small box here. Can you all see the small box that has citation styles? If you can, please type 1. Okay, so what we're trying to do now is we're trying to change from one reference style to the other. You don't have to start typing all over again. So we're using APA formats before. We want to change to another reference style. So I said under the document you are using, go to Zotero, and under Zotero, go to document preferences in the second layer. Click on it. If you click on document preferences, it will take you to this page. So this page shows all the citation styles available. So remember I said I want to use Vancouver superscript, but this one is just Vancouver. So let me go to manage styles. Sorry. So if you click on manage styles, it will take you to the bigger section that has more referencing style. So under that, you go to get additional styles. Sorry. If you click on get additional styles, you'll find this on your screen. Style search. So here you have a lot of referencing style. So I said I want to use Vancouver superscript. So this is it. And if you click on the reference style, you see how it looks like, to give you an idea of what you'll find. So let me click on Vancouver superscript. And sorry, once you click on that, you'll find it on this, it will appear on the last section here on your screen. So I click on OK. So all of this was because I wanted to add a new referencing style. So it's possible the referencing style is already there. So I go back to my Word document. And I click on document preference. We're trying to change the let me share it so that we all see. You click on document preference on the Microsoft Word, it will take you to this. So you see something like this. So you can see that Vancouver superscript is already there. So you click on it. That's what we want, the references that we want to use now. We're not using APA again. And click on OK. And you'll be shocked at what will happen. It has changed the referencing style in this document to Vancouver. Can you see that you cannot find any author and name again? What you are seeing is numbers in superscript. So this is number 1. Let me highlight it. yellow so you can see. Sorry. So this is number 2. You can see that there are no authors and all you can find is numbers. So I've changed the referencing style. That was the point I was trying to make here. And you can see that the bibliography too has changed it numbered it according to the he adjusted it according to the reference style. So that's how it works. So if I want to change, let's say I want to change back to APA, all I have to do is go to Zotero, document preferences. Sorry. So once you click on document preferences, it will take you to this box here. Let me change back to APA so that we can see. I go to APA, sorry. I go to APA 7th edition that we used before. Click on OK, and it takes us back to what we had before. So can you see that we are back to where we started? We have the author and the year. We don't have numbers again. Okay, so if you've been able to follow to this end, kindly type 1 in the chat box. Okay, thank you very much. So one last thing before I go. In case you want to share maybe your documents with someone else, you're sending to journal a third party, it would be nice to unlink the citation from your desktop library so it's accessible to the other person. So to do that, under the reference section, if you just click on the first reference there, you just click on unlink citation. So it removes all the Zotero fields and codes and unlinks it from your Zotero library, so it doesn't cause issue for a third party. So, but be sure to do this when you finish your work, because if you do that, you won't be able to automatically update and all of those things. So that's on a final note. So I think at this point we've come to the end of the webinar series. We've looked at how to add references to the Zotero library. We've looked at how to insert citation and generate bibliography. It takes practice, but I hope we're able to learn 1 or 2 things from this session. You can, like I said, you can go back to the YouTube video and watch over and over again and practice. As you continue to use it, you can start with small assignments, you can start with your BSc thesis, you can start with small manuscripts and just try to use it. And you see that it makes life more easy for you. So at this point, I don't know if anyone has questions, so we can quickly take it before we go. We have questions. Thank you. And thank you very much for being engaging. Thank you so much. I enjoyed this
I have a question.
Okay.
Okay, good evening, ma'am. Thank you
Good
very much
evening.
for the
Yes.
session. That was amazing and enlightening. So my question is, first of all, for let's say a document that someone else has done, maybe I'd done the work before knowing Zotero could do this amazing thing, and I'd done the citations on it, and I moved, and I'm applying Zotero to it now, and I want it to generate reference for me. Does it apply, or I still need to download those articles first on Zotero?
So if you have the articles already downloaded on your system, we already saw how we can move it to the Zotero library. So, but for you to be able to add the citation and generate bibliography, it has to be, those references have to be in your Zotero library. You saw that we had to unlink and link. So the add-in is like a link between your Zotero library and the Word document. So for any if you're working on a Word document and you want to do all of this that we said, the first thing is to ensure that all of those references are in your library first. Then, so if you have all of those articles, maybe in a folder on your personal computer, you can try moving them to your Zotero library. Then maybe you now have to, at point of every sentence, you can type in the author's name with the quick search. You can generate it for you. You click on it and do that depending on the length. Then it's once you've done that, it automatically generates the bibliography for you. I hope that helps.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. So let me just so I get you. Meaning, for that document, I need to first move all of those to Zotero.
Yes, all those
Zotero
references,
software.
yes, has to be in your Zotero library. That's the
Okay,
only way
okay,
you
ma'am.
can do
And
that.
okay, thank you, ma'am.
Okay, you're welcome. Okay, so does
Hi,
anyone?
sorry, good evening. Thank you so much for the amazing lecture.
Thank you.
Concerning the search parts on Google, I noticed that it's like Google can only export just a page per page of the search into
Yes,
Zotero.
it's Google Scholar that can export like multiple articles at once. Remember, we use Google Scholar.
Yes, it gives what I'm saying, it gives numbers of pages below. You have so many multiple. It writes maybe 1,000 papers was generated. Can you export all the whole 1,000 papers at once? Or you have to
No,
be doing it individually per page?
yes, it's per page. It's
Okay.
pixel per page, yes.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, good evening, ma'am.
Good
Thank you so
evening,
much for this wonderful class.
Okay, good evening. Sorry, who is speaking? Sorry, I know.
Okay, I'm Faustina.
Okay, thank you.
All right. So concerning this class, I saw that it was recorded and I couldn't get everything because of network. Is there
Okay.
any way that it will be posted or what so that we can actually go
Yes.
back?
Okay, Favor, just or would you just confirm if what I'm saying is correct? Is it available on the YouTube page, right? NDDI Africa.
All right, all right. Thank
Would
you,
you, am
ma'am.
I correct? Or Favor? Somebody should just
So,
respond.
hi. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so it's going to be available, not immediately, but yes, it's going to be available. And once it's out, we'll put it across on our social media page. But yes, it's going to be up on our social media page, on our YouTube, but not exactly immediately, please. Yeah.
Okay, so you can look out for that, Faustina.
Okay,
Yes,
so
please.
the YouTube name is what? I want to get that.
NDDI Africa.
What's the
Yeah,
username?
NDDI Africa.
All right, all right. Thank you so much.
Did you get it, please?
NDDI count.
Okay. Someone typed it in the chat box already for you.
All right. Thank you so
NDDI. Okay, so I'm going to type that. Okay, someone has already done that. NDDI
Yes.
Africa.
Thank you very much. Okay, someone's
Good
hand is
evening, ma'am.
raised. Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am, for the amazing lecture.
Thank you, ma'am.
Please, I did not really understand when we have to share our documents. You said we should unlink the citations. You said something, so I didn't get
From our
that.
library. Okay, so I said once you finish your work, this site, there's a link between your Zotero library and Microsoft Word. That's why we had that add-in. So, but it was linked to your own Zotero library. So if you are sharing the work with a third party that might not have all of those references and all, it would be nice to unlink those references so that it would just be like prose. So it's not showing like a link to your Zotero library. So all you have to do is highlight the references and click on link citation. I think something like that in Microsoft Word, and it will do that for you. It will be a plain text. It won't be highlighted again. But prior to that, if you click on any of the references in the reference section, it will highlight it. But after doing that, it will show as a plain text. So anybody that you share the document with can easily see it. Is it clear?
Yes, ma. Thank you, ma.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Does anyone have any other question so that we can end the session for today?
Sorry, if it is being unlinked and I have a correction to make afterwards, is there a possible way to link it back?
I think you can link it back, make your corrections, and once you are done, you link it again.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. So I'll hand over to, am I handing over to Uju or Favor now? Okay, Uju, over to you.
Okay. Hello again. Thank you so much for the insightful session. I mean, I think everybody will agree with me that we got value for our time. Thank you so much, Anu. Okay, someone is asking a question. Again, please, could you take it?
Okay, when you unlink it, the person will be able to view it. Sorry, I don't follow. Okay, what happens when you unlink? Okay, so the whole essence of unlinking is if you share your work with a third party that does not have those references or that does not even have Zotero, it shows as a plain text to them. Prior to that, it's once you generate, it's generated automatically. Once you even click on one reference, it's highlighted and all. So the whole idea or the whole essence is when you are sharing to a third party that does not have access to your Zotero library, it shows as a plain text. It's not giving them error messages or something like that. How do I install Zotero on my PC? You can check yesterday's video. You'll be able to do that. Please, how do I get the Zotero library? Check yesterday's
you can
video.
just check.
You'll
It's
be able
up on
to
our
do that.
page. Yeah.
Okay, so I think I'm done
My
with
link gets you. I should check which video.
Okay, so we're going to upload, so we had this class yesterday. We started yesterday, but we had this series. This series started yesterday. So NDDI Africa will upload the recording from yesterday and today on their YouTube page, like Uju said before. So you can just look out for it on their YouTube page and you can go back to it. We treated how to
the first one
download and
is already up
install.
though.
Oh, it's
Anu,
already.
can you hear me? The first one, yes, so you can check it out. The
Okay.
first session, yes.
So the
Already
first
up.
session is already available. So you can just go to YouTube, type NDDI Africa, and you see the recording for yesterday.
All right,
Uju,
ma.
over
Thank
to
you
you.
so much, ma. Thank you so much, ma.
You're welcome, ma.
Okay. Thank you again, Anu, for your time, your patience. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. Thank you for gracing us with your time. And thank you everyone for attending this session. Again, please go to our YouTube page, NDDI Africa. You will not only see the replay session of this session, but for future content, you are going to, stay updated. So please subscribe, share, let people know about what we are doing, because we also have more workshops coming up in, in the nearest future, in the months, intermittently as time goes on. So this is just the start of many more workshops to come. So stay tuned. Thank you again, everyone. And please, we'd love to get your feedbacks, right? So right about now, I'm pasting survey form, right? Please tell us, what do you think about today's session or the sessions generally? What would you love to see in future sessions? What are your feedback? Please feel free, and we would love to hear from you. Thank you again to everyone. If you have any questions, generally you want to reach out to us, please feel free on our social media pages, or you can also send an email to info at, I'm typing it on right now, info at nddiafrica.org. Probably want to partner with us, probably just have, other collaborations generally or something, please feel free to, info at nddiafrica.org. So from me to you, do have a lovely night's rest or a good day wherever you're joining in from. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.